You're now tuned into the Underground Nation podcast with your host with the ghost, Bounce Ball Boogie. Tonight we journey to Calgary to meet FAFO, a powerhouse from Abyss Army Entertainment who's been commanding stages since 2019. Inspired by Suicideboys, Eminem, and ICP, he delivers raw emotion and unfiltered truth straight from the abyss. Get ready, because FAFO about to shake the underground to its core.
Yo, welcome back to the Underground Nation podcast, where we shine light beneath the surface and bring the rawest, realest voices from the underground to your speakers. I'm your host with the ghost of Bounce Ball Boogie. And tonight, we're taking it north of the border, straight to Calgary, to meet an artist who's embodied the grind, the grit, and the glory of staying true to the craft. This MC has been tearing up stages since 2019, but his connection to music runs deep, all the way back to the age of 16, drawing inspiration from legends like Suicideboys, Eminem, and ICP. He brings that raw emotion and unfiltered truth that defines the underground. Representing Abyss Army Entertainment, he's here to prove that darkness and death can coexist with purpose and power. So lock it in, turn the volume up, and welcome to the hot seat.
What's good, everyone? I am Fo, hailing out of Calgary, Alberta, representing Abyss Army Entertainment, and I am happy to be here.
We are happy to have you here. You kidding me? Taking a break from your busy schedule to talk with us? We are blessed.
I appreciate you guys having me heavily. It's first interview, so I'm excited for this.
Heck yeah, let's do that. I want to start at the beginning. You've been
Sounds
rapping
good.
since 2019, but connected to music since you were 16. What first drew you to the mic, and when did you realize this was more than just a hobby?
So growing up, I had a lot of friends that would freestyle at parties. We'd do covers all the time at parties, and I just fell in love with it back then, slowly built my way up, and then at 19, one of my old friends, Shafraz Ladak, took me to a Six Ninjas show in Calgary, and that's when I realized it could be something I could actually pursue, because I met all these underground artists who were so humble and down to earth, and I'm like, this is what I want to do.
Oh, Six Ninjas. Whoop, whoop to them.
Straight up, whoop, whoop to them. First ever underground show hosted by them. Best time of my life.
Ooh, life-changing. Well, Calgary.
And then after the show, I started hanging out with Satanic out of Calgary, and he taught me a bit on how to write and work on my flow. Met Capital D and the Alberta Murderers. He helped me out a lot too, and now I've just progressed from there.
That's really cool. Did you say Satanic? Satan?
Like Saitantik.
I thought of someone different when you said that. Satanic. Remember Satanic back in the day? Very cool, man. Calgary isn't often the first place people think of when they hear underground hip-hop. How has that local scene shaped your sound, and what kind of obstacles or advantages have you experienced being based there?
Honestly, coming out of Calgary, I see a lot more disadvantages than advantages. Like, the rap scene out here is tiny, and it's very, very cliquey. So if you want to get on a bigger show, you have to know the right people, and those people change once every 2 or 3 years.
Wait a minute. What do you mean they change every 2-3 years?
The promoters that come through change. So there was Marked Up. That was originally Mark Goatley, but now Distinct is running it. He's out of Red Deer. I've worked with him for a couple shows. And then there was Where It's At Entertainment, which was Chelsea Grobbins, but she doesn't put on shows anymore.
Oh.
And then Palman Goodkill ran True Rhythm, and they did hip-hop and EDM, but now it seems as though he's mainly just doing EDM, no more hip-hop.
Oh, I wonder why.
I do too, honestly, because his hip-hop shows were massive.
Ah, interesting. I wonder if something happened.
Who knows?
I don't know, but I want to know. You mentioned pulling inspiration from Suicideboys, Eminem, and ICP. Three very different energies.
Yeah, 100%. So growing up through junior high and the beginning of high school, I was mainly listening to Eminem, Dr. Dre, and 50 Cent. Then I hit high school, and my friends introduced me to to ICP, Twisted, Boondocks, Blazy Dead Homie, and all that. And I just fell in love and constantly listened to that and drew a lot of inspiration from their dark lyrics, because it's a way, in my eyes, when I write my dark lyrics, to vent. So that helped me out. And then Suicideboys, I've been listening to them for 10, 15 years, however long it's been since they started. And just their rise to where they are now and everything has truly inspired me to know that you can go from nothing to suddenly you're a massive artist selling out stages on arenas.
Yeah, absolutely. So what drew you to the darker side of hip hop?
Just my life experiences. So I grew up in the ghetto of Calgary, and me and my friends, because we listened to ICP, we were picked on constantly by other teenagers, usually the Lebanese and East Indian groups. So growing up, it wasn't a shock to get a phone call saying one of my buddies is getting beat up with a bat or getting chopped with a machete. Oh, yeah. So through that, I drew inspiration to write darker lyrics about what I'd want to do to these kids without actually pursuing it.
Imagine the anger. Hit my homeboy with the bat.
Yeah, it was nuts growing up in this city.
And what was one of the craziest stories that you could tell me growing up in this city?
One day, my cousin wanted to fight one East Indian kid, so we went to go meet the kid outside junior high school on Saturday, I think it was. We stood around waiting for a while, and then all of a sudden 4 cars pull up. A guy comes out, grabs my buddy, throws him in the trunk of the car, and drives off. Me and my other friends are standing there just kind of shell-shocked, and then we get a call from my buddy later on that he's in the hospital, and he had 6 broken ribs and a broken arm.
Where did they take him?
And they took him around the corner to the alley and beat the fuck out of him and left him there.
Got him far away from y'all.
Yeah, because they didn't want us jumping in.
Yeah, that's wild. I'm glad he's still alive.
Yeah, same.
So when it came to you wanting to create your own music, were you introduced to doing music like at a young age, like with an instrument or anything? Or is this just a passion that you had?
We're keeping the energy high here on the Underground Nation podcast with your host with the ghost, Bounce Ball Boogie. Up next, a heater straight from Calgary's own FAFO, teaming up with JB Abyss. Turn your speakers up and let the bass hit you in the chest. This is Don't Battle Me.
Meanwhile, fuck these people. I ain't the type to really give a shit, but bitch, you can't fucking spit. Floating around thinking you're the best, well, I'm here to take your final rest. That's right, bitch, it's forever nap time. And don't worry, I'll get away with this crime. Unlike you back on the cold December night, now it's time, you're gonna feel my might. Shit, what you did, what definitely wasn't right. But what do I expect? You ain't really that bright. Acting all hard just because you're boxed, but now you're surrounded by blocks. Up in prison claiming you a G, bitch, I can't wait to be free. You almost ruined my life, all because you introduced some homeless to your knife. Man, that shit was straight up whack. Now come over here and meet a fucking bat.
Army, we're coming for you. Relentless and cold, stacking bodies, taking control. You're just a casualty to hold. We're the ones you feel, the ones you can't ignore. Abyss Army, we're taking over, and you're just a footnote in a score. Some of you just drew why I just wanna sabotage. Always running your mouth, never watch. Don't make me call my tribe and ruin both of your lives. Turn this into a homicide. Step to me and I'll drop. Yes, no, you step into a sniper. Strike it like a viper. Now it's time to pay the piper. Lacerations go wider when I go for the jugular vein. If you struggle to imitate the fact, you've done nothing that's insane.
It was just something I found that I idolized growing up. And I'm like, oh, maybe one day, maybe I could do something like that, not really thinking about it. And then as I got older, I pushed harder and harder for it and started studying. My homeboy who's on my label, Sionis, he actually has recommended 2 books to me constantly called How to Rap and How to Rap 2, which help with your flow, your delivery, and all that shit. So I read through those at a young age thanks to him, and that really helped me start learning how to properly do this so I could actually make something of it.
There we go. Learn some structure.
Exactly.
So then walk us through your creative process. What's the environment or mindset you need to get into when writing or recording?
The mindset for writing, honestly, lyrics can come to me at any time. So I keep my phone close to me and I'll just write down random bars throughout the day. And then when I'm kicking down to actually write a song, I'll go through the bars I've written and be like, oh, okay, this one's dope, this one's all right. And then I'll work around some of those with the beat playing in the background.
There you go. I'll never get stuck. I got bars for days. Is this a notebook or are you using voice recording now?
I use voice recordings mainly.
Sweet.
Until I actually write a song, then I'll either use the notepad on my phone or an actual notebook.
Oh, okay. So when you perform live, I mean, you've got that raw intensity.
Yeah.
What's going through your head when you hit the stage? Is it rage, release, therapy, or kind of all the above?
Right before I hit the stage, I'm usually an anxious mess because I have anxiety naturally. So I'm anxious. I'm like, oh, what's going to happen at this show? Like, what's going to go on? Am I going to do good? Am I going to do terrible? But the second I'm on stage and that beat drops, I'm in my own world. I don't see the crowd. I don't see anything. I just go and I vibe.
So you're like walking on the cloud.
Yeah.
That's what happens when it's all over. How do you know when to stop?
Usually I perform with my homies, so they'll tell me to stop.
Like, bro, stop.
It makes for some interesting shows. That's for sure.
So if you could describe the message or emotional core behind your sound in one sentence, what do you want people to feel when they listen to FAFO?
Inspiration. That would be the one thing I want people to feel, because I have songs where I talk about where I come up from, like one FTP, it's about the police, obviously, and it's me saying I wrote that when I was sitting in Calgary remand.
No way.
Yeah. So I wrote that one in there. There's a track I've got out with my homie JB Abyss called Ride or Die. We wrote it about our respective girlfriends. So that was a way different for me because I went from dark to suddenly a love song, basically.
Wow. Are y'all stopping?
Yeah.
Nice.
She loves it.
Nice. It was worth it.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I have a track I wrote called Don't Battle Me that I did with JB Abyss. There's actually a wild story behind that one involving a kid I used to hang out with and do music with, actually.
What happened?
So in December 2019, me and him were hanging out and he wanted to go for a walk and we were downtown Calgary. And I'm like, oh, fuck it, whatever. And on our walk, we find a fire extinguisher and I'm like, oh, perfect. I could throw this in the back of my car for when I go racing.
Nice.
So I hand it off to him and I'm like, oh, carry this, bro. We get to one of the C-train stations in Calgary and he goes over to a homeless dude, kicks the guy awake, sprays him in the face with a fire extinguisher and stabs him twice. Then we're walking back towards my house. He sees another one, so he does it again. I don't even know he's stabbing these guys. I think he's just punching them. We're almost to my house, and he does it a third time. As soon as we get to my front door, he's like, oh yeah, by the way, I stabbed all three of them. And I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. I'm just going to keep my mouth shut. I didn't see shit. Not going to say fuck all. 3 days later, I get a phone call, and it's, hey, James, are you home? And I'm like, yeah, who's this? It's like the city police. Can you come open your door? We have a warrant for your arrest. And I'm like, what? I open my door and I've got M16s and shotguns trained on me because the police tactical unit came to my door to arrest me for the charges. He ended up being at my house at that time, and through their investigation, they realized he was the one that did it. Me and him spent about a month and a half in jail. I actually ended up missing Christmas that year because I was in jail because of him. So when I got out, waited a while, and then I went over to JB's house to record the one day, and I put the beat on, and he's like, ooh, I like this. And I'm like, yeah, I've actually never really listened to it. I wrote out a verse real quick. I laid it down, and then he messaged me about an hour later. He's like, hey, I laid down a hook and a verse for that track if you're down to have it. And I'm like, yeah, definitely. So that's going at the kid AJ Demon.
Nice. So what happened to Homeboy with those stabbing people? Is he still locked up?
He got sentenced to 4 years a couple years ago, so he's getting out pretty quick.
Wow. 4 years. Stabbed three people for no reason.
And two of them needed life-saving surgery.
Oh, man. So they almost, imagine if they did pass away.
Yeah.
You'd have been done.
Yeah.
What a nerd.
Pretty much. There's a reason I don't talk to that kid anymore.
I was going to say, did you beat him up in jail? Did you get yourself another 30 days?
No, they put us on different units.
Yeah, I bet. Because otherwise, you got his ass whooped.
Yeah, he was.
Wait, so is that how you got your name?
Yes. I originally went by Jokester, but when I got arrested for this shit, a lot of people shared it across the internet because it made news.
Yeah.
So my buddy's like, hey, you either got to change your rap name or quit. And I'm like, well, I'm not quitting. And he's like, all right, well, what's one thing you stand by? And I'm like, fuck around, find out. The second AJ gets out of jail, he is fucking around and finding out, FAFOing, bro. And he's like, your new name's FAFO. And I'm like, perfect. Thank you, Sionis.
FAFO. Look at that. We figured it out without even really asking.
Yeah, that kid's a genius. Mad shout out to that little homie. He is a mad fucking genius when it comes to the pen game and the art of hip hop.
So,
yeah.
Why you say that? What have you experienced?
Just his wealth of knowledge. Like, my wife wanted to start watching the Wu-Tang Clan series show, and she's the kind of girl that will ask a shit ton of questions. And I didn't really know all the answers. So I'm shooting all the messages to Braden, and he's shooting the answers back like boom, 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 boom the second he gets the message. And it's like, how do you know this off the top of your head, kid?
Oh, he knows.
It's kind of mind-blowing.
I was going to say, you got a whole bunch of books behind you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
sure.
Me and my wife read a lot.
I'm sure you're staying up to your education.
Yep.
Are you studying anything in particular these days?
If you're loving what you're hearing from FAFO, then you're barely scratching the surface of the underground. Head over to underground-nation.com and tap into a whole world of raw talent, exclusive drops, and spotlight interviews you won't find anywhere else. And don't miss the brand new Renew magazine, dropping this Christmas, packed with rising artists and electrifying stories from deep in the scene. Underground Nation, where the underground comes to life.
Not right now, no. I just read for fun right now. The last book that I was really reading to learn from was The 48 Laws of Power.
Whoa. How far did you get to before you got bored?
4 chapters. Started reading it on the...
That's why I say that.
I started reading it on a flight back from Vancouver after the first grade A that went to Vancouver, and I made it about 4 chapters in, and I'm like, nah, I need sleep.
It's definitely a book you could read when you need to go to sleep.
Yeah. It definitely.
I even try to listen to the audiobook, bro, and the dude who reads it doesn't do any justice.
Oh, no, he's just slow and droning on. It's like, well,
you're exactly what I thought it would sound like.
Yep.
Every artist hits moments of doubt. What's been one of the hardest challenges for you mentally, financially, or personally in pursuing music? And how did you overcome it?
Definitely the arrest for the stabbing. That's definitely one of my biggest challenges.
At least 4 years, 3 years ago?
Yeah. Before that, there weren't that many challenges because I embedded myself into the underground hip hop scene here in Calgary, meeting all the promoters and stuff. So it was a little easier to get on shows.
Yeah.
But the arrests happened. It was really hard to get shows at first.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought promoters be all over you.
Apparently not in Alberta.
He's in the fucking news. He stabs people. 4 or 5 people every day.
But yeah, through that, I just said, screw it. I was on a label called Sleep Dep at one point, and I set up shows with them for a while, and then things weren't really vibing there for me. So I left and went over to Abyss Army Entertainment, and what was it, 2 or 3 months after I joined Abyss Army Entertainment, we had a Alberta tour book that we just completed at the end of September.
That was a couple months ago.
Yep.
Are you kidding?
Yep. We went to Edmonton, we did Calgary twice, and we did Lethbridge and Medicine Hat.
Nice. With JB and Nose Insidious and...
Yep.
I was watching from afar.
That's dope, honestly. Nose is another really wicked performer. Like, he puts on a wicked stage show. He's got a wicked presence.
He's just a wicked individual.
Oh, yeah.
I can't wait to hang out with that guy in person.
Yeah, he's actually really cool. He's down to earth. He was shooting a music video for his one song, Feeding Frenzy, during both Calgary shows. So that drops Halloween. You'll catch me, JB, Sionis, and a bunch of the other Abyss Army Entertainment individuals in that.
Nice. How does being a part of Abyss Army Entertainment push you creatively or strategically as an artist?
With all the artists we have on it, like we've got me, JB, Nose, we've got Sionis, we got Little Oompa, who just started doing music. He was one of my homies
Little
that wanted to
Oompa?
start. Yeah, he's
Like
a midget,
Oompa
so we call him Little
Loompa?
Oompa.
Little Oompa.
Yeah.
I'm interested just off the name alone.
A lot of people are. But through it, like, I've made good connections through these guys, and I see them as brothers more than anything else. So when they send me a song that they want me on, I put that as priority over working on my own music.
Wow, very cool. So wait, are you trying to tell me that there's going to be an Abyss Army mixtape?
I believe that we are going to be dropping a mixtape at some point soon. I know me and JB have an album that we're currently working on. Me and Sionis are currently working on an album together. I've got a feature coming out with Evolution in the next month or two. It's a 93 to Infinity remix. It's got Brax out of British Columbia, Jaw Anthony, myself, and Sionis on it with Evolution.
Wow. That's a lot of dope tracks you're spitting off.
Oh, yeah. We've got some dope shit coming out.
With everything that you're telling me right here, what's a song or maybe a lyric of yours that hits you the hardest? The one that came from a real place of pain or growth?
A real place of pain. It'd probably be my entire first verse of Fuck the Police.
How does it go?
It goes, they say they're here to serve and protect when all they want to do is snap your neck. They plant false evidence at the scene, even if you're fucking clean, just so you gotta sit in jail and try to get bail. And if you fail, you're stuck in a small cell, which is basically hell. Not to mention the food shit and you came and spit and you're always distracted like it's my girl cheating, which means I'd have to lay a beating or she holding it down, just like I would if I was out of town. Or you worried about your court date, wondering what's your fate? Are you going to be free or stuck with a cellmate? All because of that squid cop who thinks he's at the top while I'm out peace. But for screaming with me, fuck the motherfucking police.
Wow, bro.
Yeah,
Good.
Those lyrics hit me the hardest because I've been held at gunpoint by the cops for no reason, obviously. The AJ shit.
Something like that.
I've been beat by the cop. They've planted false evidence on me, which they didn't get away with, thank God. And they tried planting a gun on me, but they tried saying I had a shotgun when they arrested me, and then it turned to a .22 rifle, and then it turned to an airsoft rifle. And it's like, which one is it?
And where the fuck is it?
Yeah, they were just trying to stack on as many charges as they could.
Fuck them.
Pretty much. And then I also, when I was in jail before, my exes would constantly cheat on me while I was in there, so I drew from that as well.
Why the fuck would you even stay with the guy if you're going to go hop on another dick?
Exactly, right?
Just break his heart and say, listen, I'm going to go suck another dick.
Exactly.
I
would have been way better.
I would have took that. I would have respected that a lot more.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm just saying. No, I'm coming from a place. I've been there before, so I would have respected that a lot more. Just be upfront.
Exactly.
It's the going behind the back. That's the ouch. It's funny, kind of. And well, I know it's not funny at the time, but it's funny.
No, definitely not at the time.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm having flashbacks now. Like, fuck. The underground community often serves as therapy for both artists and listeners. How do you balance the darkness in your art with the light you want to bring to your fans?
Need spotless results every time? Call Flawless Cleaning Professionals, Denver's trusted cleaning team for homes, offices, and construction sites. From deep cleans to final touches, they make every space shine with perfection. Reliable, affordable, flawless. Serving Denver and surrounding areas. Book your free quote today. Contact Ryan Chavez for booking flawless cleaning professionals and experience the clean that lives up to its name.
Honestly, just through the spitting lyrics, I bring the darkness, and then after I'm done doing my set, I usually interact with the fans and get to know them, say what's up, take photos and all that.
Take photos and all that.
Yeah.
Signing autographs and everything.
Yeah, shockingly, I've been asked for my autograph a few times.
I bet. Especially when you're a wild man, the way you are on stage.
Yeah.
I'm like, hold on, he's right here. Then all of a sudden he's over there. Then he's twirling back there.
Me and JB actually opened for Easy Mac and Golden BSP at the end of July here in Calgary. And I had people coming up to me after the set saying that I was so full of energy, they were blown away.
Holy shit. Just make some money that night?
No, we did not.
Damn it. No merchandise?
No, we didn't. We had one shirt that we were going to throw in, that we decided to throw into the crowd, and JB's girlfriend caught it. And then she went over to Golden BSP and actually gave it to Golden BSP.
Nice.
Yeah. So he
might
now
be
has
wearing
2
it
of
right
his
now.
Army t-shirts.
He could be wearing it right now.
That'd actually be pretty dope.
He could be in his tour bus right now, wearing it. So if your 16-year-old self could see where you are right now, what do you think he'd say to you?
I'd probably say I was lying. Looking back, I never thought I'd reach where I am now. I thought maybe I'd do a couple local shows, maybe 1 or 2 out of town, and that's it. And then I get on with Abyss Army, and I had a show booked in Drayton Valley. I'm like, I'll just schedule a mini tour around this, bring a couple homies, whatever. And then the Drayton Valley show got canceled after I booked the rest of the tour.
No way.
So it's like, JB, you want to hop on this with me? He's like, yeah, let's bring those. And I'm like, I bet, let's do it. So we started doing the tour, and I was working at Mr. Lube when I was setting up the tour. And I met one of my close homies there, Charles. And that motherfucker is the definition of a true friend and true fan. He followed the entire tour.
No way.
He drove me, JB, and Nose up to Edmonton and back, came to the Calgary show, and then followed us to Lethbridge and Medhat, and then drove back to Lethbridge after the Medhat show to drop off 2 of our other artists, Smoke and Mia and Heitman, and then drove home and opened the store the next day because he was working at Mr. Lube, so he got maybe 20 minutes of sleep.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's dedication.
Yeah, it's mind-blowing to me how much love that man shows us.
What's his name?
His name's Charles.
Whoop whoop to you, Charles. Thank you for getting these boys safe and helping them out when they needed it, probably the most.
Yeah,
Thank you.
definitely needed that help.
On behalf of the entire Underground Nation, thank you. He's going to see that.
It'll probably bring a tear to his eye. It'll make him happy.
Good. Bro, that's dedication. A lot of people
It is.
They had a friend like that. Even I do. Even I wish I had a friend like that. I wish I had a Charles.
Another thing he recently did, me, JB, Sick Mick, and Evolution and Lil Oompa did a show here in Calgary on October 25th. It was called the Halloween Extravaganza, put on by the Calgary Cannabis Club.
Extravaganza.
So it was basically like you walk in, you get a little goodie bag with like a joint, edibles or mushrooms and shit like that. They had a dab bar downstairs where everyone could get free dabs. They had a hot box 10.
They might kind of party.
It was a good time, and they had a door prize, and Charles ended up winning it. It was for judges package for one of the Cannabis Cup games here in Canada.
All right.
In Ontario next year. And after the show, JB talked to him, and Charles decided that it's going to be him, me, JB, and a few other members of Abyss Army Entertainment all teaming up and judging it together.
No way. When is this happening?
I think we get the package sometime in June, and then we have to have everything out by July, and then the actual competition is in August, I believe.
Wow, so you got some time to prepare.
Yeah.
Better get to exercising.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Hit that long exercising.
Definitely. Build up that stamina. Take 20 bong rips a day. Build up your tolerance.
I stick to my distillates mainly.
Yeah, I gotcha. Well, FAFO, if there's what you got coming up next? Is there songs, singles, shows?
So here in Calgary, we've got a show November 7th. It's for mine and my wife's birthday. It's going to be me and JB.
What? Y'all got the same birthday?
No. Funny story. So me and her met on Facebook dating, and the first night we met, we added each other on Snapchat, and she's like, "Oh, when's your birthday?" I'm like, "November 2nd. She just started laughing. I'm like, "What's so funny?" She's like, "Mine's November 3rd.
No way.
So it's literally the
same
day
year?
after. No, different year. She's 5 years younger.
5 years younger. All right. Very fucking cool. Well,
We
both
were
of y'all.
both born on a Monday.
Both born on a Monday. Everyone's favorite day of the week.
No, definitely.
Well, happy birthday to you both. I hope you all have an amazing birthday party. Amazing birthday extravaganza. I like that word.
And then I hope to have my album completed and released for January 1st.
January 1st. That's not that far away. It's only 2 months away.
I know.
You're saying you're almost completed?
Almost. I've got 2 more tracks to write and record, and then I'm ready.
Is there anything you could tell us about the album?
It's got some heavy-hitting features. I've got JB Abyss on it. I've got Evolution on a track on it. I got a Sick Mick feature, and I got a Sionis feature. And I've got one song that I was going to release in the summer, but our mixing and mastering wasn't the greatest back then, so I held off, and I'm putting it on the album, and it's got me, JB, Sionis, and my other homie, Infamous ING, out of Edmonton.
Holy shit, Spot Vega on there?
No, but I want to get him on a track, and he knows that.
I bet. I'm supposed to be doing a track with him here too.
Nice.
In fact, I need to get on that before he yells at me. I'm sure he's about to yell at me.
Oh yeah, I've heard me and Spot talk a lot. Him and JB have an album coming out pretty soon too.
Spotted in the Abyss.
Yeah.
You're locked into the Underground Nation podcast with your host with the ghost, Bounce Ball Boogie. Time to unleash another banger from Calgary's underground grind. This one's raw, loud, and ready to ignite your rebellion. Here's FAFO with FTP Crank It Up and let them feel the pressure.
They say they want to serve and protect when all they want to do is snap your neck. They plant false evidence scene, even if you're fucking clean, just so you gotta sit in jail and try to get bail. And if you fail, you're stuck in a small cell, which is basically hell. Not to mention the food shit, and you can't even spit, and you're always distracted like is my girl cheating, which means I'd have to lay a beating. Or is she holding it down, just like I would if I was out of town? Or are you worried about your court date, wondering what's your fate? Are you gonna be free or stuck with a cellmate? All because of that squid cop who thinks he's at the top while I'm out peace. But first scream it with me, fuck the motherfucking police. Yeah. FTP, fuck the police. When will they ever just let me be? Can't get no sleep, like rest in peace. Smoking this weed till I feel it in my chest. FTP, fuck the police. When will they ever just let me be? Can't get no sleep, like rest in peace. Best hope I don't hit your vest. FTP, let me be. Sip a little bit of promethazine. Best rest the beats, cause the streets ain't clean and the Sprite's so sweet when it's between my teeth. Swear that I'm a fish the way I breathe on the reef. I ain't looking for a beef, cause I'd rather eat pig meat. Slatter in a batter with some Dijon sweet. On the fucking Mad Hatter to a cup of hot tea. We got luck, Coca Nostra, we stop at the police, cause the product is Prada and we prodigies. Man, I think before I speak, blowing smoke to a cop. Ghost man sheets like the day Halloween. And it's dirty I beat, I'm keeping it clean. Feel like Notorious B.I.G. I'm achieving my dreams while the sirens deplete. Powerful mind, you won't take mine from me. And you think you packing heat and you capping me? I ain't having it. Commander Cameron, this ain't happening.
I was treated to hearing JB's lyrics on tour from some of those songs, and all I can say is your guys' minds are going to be blown. Blown. Some of the best work I've heard from him.
I can't wait to fucking hear this shit. You guys are freaking killing it right now.
Yeah, we definitely are. Right now, we're working on booking British Columbia, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba at the bare minimum tour next year. If not, we want to do across Canada where we hit everywhere in Canada.
Oh my God, you guys are about to go relentless.
Yeah, we want to hit BC, Alberta, Sask, Manitoba, Ontario, Quebec, Nova Scotia, PEI, Newfoundland, and Labrador at the bare minimum.
Where the freak you getting funding for this?
We're looking into grants and everything to see if we can get it.
You can get it.
If we can get it, we're doing it.
Yeah, well shit, good luck. Very cool. Well, FAFO, to close things out, a lot of our listeners are artists, dreamers, and people fighting through their own abyss. What's one piece of advice you'd give to anyone struggling to keep faith in their passion or their purpose?
As corny as it is, to quote Scrim from Suicideboys, you know, even if the finish line is far or you have to push the car, just keep on marching on. Keep pushing towards your goals. You will achieve them.
No matter what?
No matter what, you will achieve what you want as long as you set your mind to it.
Even when the bill collectors are at my door?
Yeah, because I've got them knocking on my door too.
Sometimes you got to pay yourself first. In fact, you should always pay yourself first.
Exactly. Pay yourself first, then pay the government or whoever else you owe.
Should definitely pay yourself first. Very cool. Well, FAFO, any shout-outs, thank yous, or anything we forgot to promote, please take this time to shine.
Definitely want to shout out my entire label, Abyss Army, all the homies on there. I love you guys. Thank you so much for honestly being there for me in my darkest times and now helping me and all of us achieve where we're at. Shout out my parents for always being on my corner, being there for me. Shout out my little homie who got an emergency tracheotomy, so his nickname from me is Throat Goat.
Throat Goat.
So, shout out Throat Goat, shout out my wife, Nida, and my kid, Jackson, and my other 4 kids, Echo, Alara, Ian, and Lizzie. You guys
4 kids?
what keeps me going. 5 kids total.
5 kids?
Yep.
You're a busy
They're
man.
what keep me going. Shout out the rest of my family. Rest in peace to my cousin, Dakota, and rest in peace to my grandfather, Paul, and all my dead homies.
Rest in peace. Whoop, whoop.
And if you're ever in Calgary or anywhere where I'm performing, I hope to see you motherfuckers out there. Let me know you saw me on the podcast. Come say what's up. Who knows? Maybe you'll get a free shirt or hat.
Oh, you hear that? Tell him you saw him on the podcast. You may get free shit. You're like, hey, bro, I saw you on the podcast, man. Free shit, please.
Exactly.
That was FAFO, representing Abyss Army Entertainment, holding it down from Calgary with an authentic underground fire. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe to FAFO on all streaming platforms and social media. Support the movement because real artists like this keep the underground alive. And don't forget, if you want to discover more artists making noise beneath the surface, visit underground-nation.com and follow Underground Nation magazine for its exclusive interviews, features, and community updates. Until next time, it's your host with the ghost, the Bounce Ball Boogie, reminding you that the underground never dies. It just evolves. Thank you, FAFO.
Thank you for having me.
That was another killer episode of the Underground Nation podcast with your host, with a ghost, Bounce Ball Boogie. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe to our guests on all social and streaming platforms, and show your support for the underground at underground-nation.com, where real music lives, loud and proud. Until next time, keep it raw, keep it heavy, and keep it underground.